Hi everyone, and welcome to Tech Solutions Hub YouTube channel. It's your friend and technology instructor, Tech Wizard, and this channel is passionate about helping people who are blind or visually impaired to live more independent and fulfilling lives through technology by sharing and uploading the latest news and updates on technology for the blind. From time to time, you will be hearing different voices on the channel who will be covering everything from new assistive devices to accessible apps and softwares. These personalities will also be sharing tips and tricks on how to use technology to your advantage. We will be so glad if you can subscribe to the channel. I hope you'll find our videos helpful and informative. Please feel free to leave comments, share the videos, and suggest topics for future videos. Together, we can make technology more accessible for everyone.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to another edition on Technology and You. Today, we'll be talking about a follow-up on commentary screen reader. Some people know it as CSR, while some call it GISHO. So the international version is called GISHO, while the local version is called commentary screen reader, abbreviated as CSR. So without wasting much time, we'll be going through how you can assign gestures for your commentary screen reader. It's more like a follow-up to our first demo on how you can install your commentary screen reader and how you can assign your tech wizards and grant all full permissions to it. So today we are going to be concerned with how you can customize and assign gestures to your commentary screen reader. So let's go to commentary screen reader.
Main menu.
I will use my shortcuts to get there.
Main menu. Granular browse list browsing. Read the all voice assist extensions. GISHO settings.
So we are going to GISHO settings. Mine is saying GISHO plus, so we are going to GISHO settings. It's still the same thing like I keep saying. Either it's GISHO or commentary screen reader. It's like saying commentary screen reader settings. So we are going to click on this.
Email 9460 for general settings.
I'm going to general settings.
General settings.
And let's swipe forward.
General settings. Setup wizard. TTS rate. TTS volume. Read usage hints checkbox. Read the focused list items index checkbox. Automatically read notifications from the notification bar checkbox unchecked. Invert swiping gestures checkbox checked. Control use custom gestures checkbox checked. Custom gesture scheme settings.
So we are going to custom gesture scheme settings, just like you heard. Going to click on it.
Custom.
And I will keep swiping forward.
Close button.
By the way, I'm going to tell you how I customized my own gesture so that you can see how it's customized.
Custom. Save.
This save is what you would click on after having customized all your gestures. So let's keep swiping.
Share.
We have the share. I think this has to do with how you can share the setup you've made.
More options button.
You have more options. Let's see what's under more options.
Pop-up window. Create a new function. Create a new automatic click function. Function manager. New voice command. Voice command manager.
So these are the things you see under functions. So let's
create a new function. Back button.
Go backwards.
Custom. More options button.
So let's move forward.
Swipe up next element type function.
So my swipe up is next element type. So how do you create a gesture? How do you create a gesture? like it's saying swipe up now. If I have to recreate this gesture, all I need to is to click on it.
Swipe up.
It's already assigned. So I'm going to swipe backwards till I hear function.
Cancel button. Function unchecked.
And I check this function just to click it.
Function.
So
Enter keyword text box.
once I place my hand on that is towards the beginning of the screen, not at the topmost screen, not directly at the top, but let's say before the middle, just slightly before the middle.
Enter keyword text box. Function.
Towards the
Enter
top.
keyword text box. Enter keyword text box.
Just a little bit towards the top, you will see the enter keyword text box. And then you type, because if you have to be swiping, it will be long before you get to where you are going. That's before you see what you used to assign. So you just have to type it here. You click on this and your keyboard should come up, and then you type what you want. Let me go backwards again and hear what I assigned.
Back button. Custom. Swipe up next element type. Function.
So my swipe up is next element type function. Again, I will click on this next element type for my swipe up.
Swipe up next element type. Function.
That is my function. I click on it.
Swipe up.
And then I swipe backwards.
Cancel button.
Until I hear function.
Function checked.
So my function is checked. I click on it.
Function.
Then I take my finger almost to the top of the screen, not directly at the upmost top there, but towards the top.
Enter keyword text box.
Until I hear enter keywords. I click on that, double tap on the screen to bring out my edit field. That's my edit box. And then I put
space
N E
X next.
Next. Now my autocorrect is on, so it knows what I want to type, but sometimes you just have to spell it out if your autocorrect is not toggled on your phone.
U H
So
T.
For the records, let me just spell it. So I've written NEXT. Now towards the middle of the screen, I start checking what it brought up.
Next element of the specified type. Next navigation type.
You know,
next media.
There are so many next here.
Next text box editing.
But I know
next media.
The
next media
I'm looking for.
Next text box editing. Next media.
So I keep swiping forward.
Next element of the specified type.
No.
Next screen area.
No.
Next focusable element.
No.
Next heading.
No.
Next link.
No.
Next control.
So it's
function. Next text box editing. Next media. Next navigation type.
It's next navigation type I'm looking for. So I click on this. Some commentary screen reader updates we call it next element, just next element. While some we call it next navigation. So I click on it and it's been activated.
Swipe up next navigation type function. Swipe down previous element type function. Swipe up next navigation type function.
My swipe down will be previous navigation, but some commentary screen reader versions will say next element, while some will say next navigation type. Now let's swipe forward. So my swipe up now is next navigation. Let's swipe down and swipe up.
Swipe down previous element. Swipe up next navigation type function.
So you heard it, next navigation type. Now let's swipe down.
Swipe down previous element type function.
Click on it again.
Swipe down. Cancel button. Function unchecked.
Swipe backwards until you hear function. Then click on function.
Function.
And then you go to almost to the top of the screen again and look for
enter keyword text box.
Enter keyword text box. That's with one finger on the screen towards the top. And then click on it. We are going to write PREV for previous. You may not necessarily write all the words, just some characters that will bring up what we want.
P T R PR.
I've written PR.
4 R E pre.
PRE is calling it pre.
V prev.
So I've written PREV for previous. It's calling it prev. So I look for what's on the screen.
Previous navigation type.
You just heard it. I just touched it now. I didn't even need to swipe up and down before my finger touched it. Just like it just landed straight on the gesture I wanted. So I click on it.
Swipe down previous navigation type, function.
So let's swipe up again. Remember, function for swiping up is next navigation type.
Swipe up next navigation type, function.
You heard it. Why swipe down?
Swipe down previous navigation type, function.
Okay, so that's the swipe down. Now let's move on.
Swipe left previous element of the specified type, function.
It's already assigned as previous element of the specified type. That is my
previous element of the specified type, function.
Previous element of the specified type. I click on it.
Swipe left.
That is what I assigned to my swipe left. Now let's swipe backwards. I have clicked on this. Now I'm going to swipe backwards to
cancel button, function unchecked.
Function, and then check on it.
Function.
As I've checked on it now, I will have to look for that
enter keyword text box.
Enter keyword. I keep forgetting that enter keyword text box is what I'm looking for. Enter keyword text box. So I click on it to bring out my keyboard, and then I would remember I'm looking for previous element of the specified type. So I type PREV.
P P G F E 4 R PR R E 3 V Prev.
So I've written PREV now, same prev. Now let me use my finger to
previous element of the specified type.
You heard that. I'm just going directly on what I want. It just brought it up. So all I need to do is just to double tap on my screen and it will assign it to my
swipe left previous element of the
swipe
specified
left.
type, function.
Swipe left now is previous element of the specified type. Don't forget, let me swipe backwards to the ones I've just assigned before now.
Swipe down previous navigation type, function.
Swipe down is my previous navigation type. Why?
Swipe up next navigation type.
My
function.
swipe up is my next navigation type.
Swipe down previous navigation type, function.
Okay, now my swipe left.
Swipe left previous element of the specified type, function.
Previous element of the specified type. That is the function I assigned to it. And then my swipe right now is what I'm going to do, and that will be my next element of the specified type.
Swipe right next element of the specified type, function.
That is my swipe right now. So I click on this swipe right. It's already been assigned, but just for the sake of this demonstration, I will click on it.
Swipe right.
Then I will now swipe backwards, like I keep saying, to function. Let's swipe backwards.
Cancel button.
Again.
Function unchecked.
Function unchecked. Click on it.
Function.
So we are on it now. Let me go upwards to look for my keyword and then click on it.
Extension. Profiles. Enter keyword text box.
Enter keyword text box. Click on it. And now I'm looking for next element of the specified type. Let me type it.
Space. N R E B X. Next.
So T. And now it's been auto-corrected.
Y T. Next.
So I want you to know that even when I placed my hand on the screen, what it said first was space. But I didn't have to remove my hand on it. I kept dragging my hand on the screen until I saw the alphabet I wanted before I lifted my finger to activate it on the screen. So now let me look for what's on the screen. I hope my finger touches it directly.
Next screen area.
No.
Next element of the specified type.
Okay, next element of the specified type is what I'm going to click on right now.
Swipe right next element of the specified type.
So I've clicked on it, as assigned my swipe right to next element of the specified type. Why do I do this? Sometimes you will have to scroll, but I don't want to go through the stress of having to scroll to what I want, because it might take a very long process to get it. Because sometimes you will have to scroll and scroll and scroll until you get that. So you have to keep swiping forward when you're on that function. Once you've checked on function, just to assign, you have to keep scrolling down. But the developers of Commentary Screen Reader has done the app in such a way that you can just click on that text edit box towards the top of your screen, and then you type what you want with the first few alphabets, and then use your finger to circle around your screen towards the middle, and then you will see a list. Once you touch one, you can keep swiping for the others until you see what you want. Then all you need to do now is to double tap on it, and it will just check or assign on that function you want it to be assigned on. It's been customized. So I've customized 4 different functions now for my gestures. I've customized 4 different gestures on the commentary screen reader. So these are the gestures I just finished customizing. I have to swipe backwards.
Swipe left, previous element of the specific. Swipe down, previous navigation type. Swipe up next, more options, but share. More options, swipe up next, navigation type, function.
So the first one I did was swipe up. My swipe up is assigned as my next navigation type. My swipe down, let's swipe forward.
Swipe down, previous navigation type, function.
My swipe down function is previous navigation type, and then I swipe forward again.
Swipe left, previous element of the specified type, function.
My swipe left is previous element of the specified type, that's my function, and then I swipe again.
Swipe right, next element of the specified type, function.
My swipe right is next element of the specified type. Another reasons why all this for customization of commentary screen reader is important, it helps you to be able to use your word granularity very well. If you don't customize these things, you cannot easily draw down your word granularity mode. When I say word granularity, I mean your word by word, character by character, line by line, paragraph by paragraph, and so on and so forth. So your links and all of that. Once you swipe to a particular granularity mode, then you now swipe forward. You need to slide to that granularity mode. For instance, now if I slide to say character,
copying mode.
It's on copying mode now. If I now swipe right, it will say copied. So let me slide back to default.
Default.
Because if I don't do that, I wouldn't be able to swipe. So you slide to that word granularity mode and you swipe to activate what you are sliding on. If, for example, now you want to spell something, let's say you want to spell Charles, for instance. You have Charles on the screen and then you want to spell it. Once it's in focus, all you need to do is to slide up or down till it gets to character. And then if you want to spell it alphabetically, once it's on character, you start swiping forward. It will start calling each alphabet of that name, Charles. That's what I mean by word granularity mode. And then as it is now, we've customized the most important things to enable you use that word granularity mode on your mobile phone. That is when using commentary screen reader or G-Show. Now let's move forward.
Swipe left then right, recent applications, default.
Swipe left then right, recent application. So just like I did the 4 previous gestures, it's still the same way you will do it. You click on it, you swipe backwards until you hear functions. Click on functions.
Swipe right, swipe left then right, recent applications, default. Swipe right, next element of a specified type. Swipe left then right, recent applications, default.
So mine is on recent applications. Swipe left then right.
Swipe right, swipe left then right, recent applications,
Some
default.
recent application. So you click on this. Once you hear it, you click on it. Swipe to you hear functions. Click on it. Then look for that word editing mode. That is your edit box. Click on it to toggle on your edit field. That's your alphabet key, your keyboard. And then if it's recent, you can write REC to bring it out. Then use your finger to slide gently on your screen. It will touch the icons there. Then the ones that you feel fits the description of what you want to assign as your gesture, you click on it and it definitely will assign it. So let's move forward.
Swipe right then left, go back, default.
That is my swipe right then left, go back. It's on default now. I didn't assign anything there.
Swipe up then down to top, default.
Swipe up then down to top. It's still the same way you will do it, just like I thought.
Swipe down then up to end, default.
Swipe down then up to end, default.
Swipe left then up notification bar, default.
I didn't assign any gestures to this. I deliberately left it this way. I might feel the need to do that someday, but for now, I don't consider it so important to me, so that's why I've not assigned gestures to it. In any case, you must not necessarily assign gestures to all what is on the screen. You can only assign gestures to what you really need. But the 4 most important things I assign gestures to is what I believe you heard me do at the beginning of this audio. So let's move on.
Swipe left then down character by character browsing mode, default.
Okay, this is on default. I've not assigned any gesture to this.
Swipe right then up automatic browsing, default.
This another one.
Swipe right then down list browsing, default. Swipe up then right functions menu, default.
Swipe up then right, that is my functions. If I want to clear my edit field, for instance, I'm in an edit field. Let's say I bring out my keyboard and I want to clear what I have done on that keyboard. All I need to is to apply this gesture, and then I look for functions, click on it, then look for clear, and then double tap on it, and it clears my edit field, makes it blank for me to write any other thing I want to write.
Swipe down then left voice dictation function.
Okay, this is the one I really use. Swipe down then left is far more convenient than the first voice dictation you heard. I make use more of this. I have to swipe down then left. It activates my voice dictation, and I can now use my voice dictation to detect what I want to type, and it types it. So let's move on.
Swipe down then right main menu function.
Swipe down then right main menu. I think this is by default anyway. You swipe down then right, it brings up your main menu. That is what I actually used in going through the shortcut of this G-Show Plus. Rather than to keep swiping on the screen till I get to G-Show Plus, I had to use this swipe down then right gesture to get to G-Show settings. So let's move on.
Single tap with 2 fingers direct click, default.
Single tap with 2 fingers, right?
Swipe down single tap with 2 fingers direct click, default.
Okay, you can also double tap here and you assign it the way you want using the first mode I spoke of, that is double tap on it, swipe backwards until you get to function, click on function, bring out your edit box, and then after bringing out that edit box you can then spell what you want, maybe first 3 alphabets or thereabout. You then use your finger to go towards the top of the screen or towards the middle of the screen and look for the icon you want to click on, and click on it to assign to that gesture. So that's that. Then let's move forward.
Double tap with 2 fingers player pause function.
Yes, by default double tap with 2 fingers can help you play your audio or video as long as it has an audio on it. Once you double tap with 2 fingers, it can either play that audio, or if you double tap on it again, it can also pause it. So it's for play or pause. Double tap with 2 fingers. It's my function. I assigned it that way, but even by default, it works like that on commentary screen reader.
Swipe up, swipe down previous swipe left previous element of the swipe right next element of the swipe left then right recent applications, default.
So these are some of the functions that have been assigned. Some are still there by default. I didn't have to assign them because I didn't see the need. But that first 4 gestures is very important you assign them. After having set up G-Show or commentary screen reader, it's very important you assign those first gestures. That is your next navigation, previous navigation, next element of the specified type, and previous element of the specified type. It's very, very necessary you assign them the way I just did. You can do them in the reversal. You can put your next navigation as the first, that is your swipe down. You can use it as your next navigation, and your swipe up can be your previous navigation, or you can use your swipe up as previous navigation, swipe down as your next navigation, depending on how convenient it is for you. So that's another thing you should know. So After those 4 gestures have been done, then you can decide to assign others the way you stopped. I think I was in using your 2 fingers to play or pause. Let's swipe till I get there.
Swipe right then left, go back. Swipe up then swipe down then swipe left then up, swipe left then down caret. Swipe right then up automatic. Swipe right then down list browse. Swipe up then left voice dictation. Swipe up then right functions menu default. Swipe down then left voice dictation function. Swipe down then right main menu function. Single tap with 2 fingers direct click default. Double tap with 2 fingers player pause function.
Okay, this is where we were. That is using 2 fingers to play or pause your video or audio message, as long as that video has an audio. If there's an audio, once you pause it, it will stop. Once you play it, it will continue. You can also use this play or pause to pick your calls. If you are the type that can hardly pick your call with the swipe, some phones have this issue with you picking a call, except when you swipe to your receive button. But rather than do that, be it normal or WhatsApp calls or any call at all, just double tap on the screen with 2 fingers and it will pick that call. As long as this play or pause has been assigned, it will pick your call. It doesn't just pause your music and resume it back. It also helps to pick your calls once you have incoming calls, be it on WhatsApp or on the normal terrestrial calls. So that is what the play or pause 2 finger gesture is used for, when you double tap on it with your 2 fingers. So that is that.
Triple tap with 2 fingers current time function.
So triple tap with 2 fingers, it's my gesture for checking my time. If I want to check my time now, all I need to do is use my 2 fingers to triple tap, that is tap on it 3 times and it will tell me the time. Let me do that.
11:05 p.m.
I just tapped on the screen with 2 fingers 3 times. So if there was a music playing before or there was a current audio playing, all I need to do is to double tap with 2 fingers and it resumes. Let me see.
You mirror of the water. You mirror of the water. All your belongings.
Double tap again with 2 fingers and the audio will stop playing. So that's another way you can check this out. If you have an audio playing before and you just stopped it or it has finished and you want to restart it again, you double tap with 2 fingers and it plays that audio. You double tap again with 2 fingers and it will stop the audio. And like I said, I assigned my current time with triple tapping with 2 fingers. That is, I tap on my screen thrice to get the time and it will tell me the exact time. That is the current time. So that is that using your 2 fingers.
Single tap with 3 fingers paste function.
So I assigned my single tap with 3 fingers to paste whatever I copy. So this, to do that, you use the same gesture I've been using. Double tap on this, go to your function just like I've been explaining, click on it, look for your edit field, click on it to open it to bring up your keyboard, and then if you want it to paste, you can put PASTE. It will bring out your paste button among other icons on the screen. Once you touch a particular icon and it's not it, you can then begin to swipe until you see or hear that particular gesture or icon you want. So you double tap on it and it's assigned just like magic. And so my paste is me single tapping with 3 fingers at a time, that is simultaneously. I will have to triple tap once. So I will have to single tap with 3 fingers once and it pastes what I have copied.
Double tap with 3 fingers to top function.
So if I want my screen to go to the top, I will double tap with 3 fingers. So it will go to the top. That's how I assigned it. And if I want it to go to the end, I will triple tap with 3 fingers.
Triple tap with 3 fingers to end function.
So that's how I get to my beginning and end of the screen. So let's move forward.
Swipe up with 3 fingers home screen default.
Swipe up with 3 fingers. If I swipe up with 3 fingers, it takes me to the home screen that by default. So I don't want to do that, but that is the default gesture that it has assigned. I didn't change that.
Swipe down with 3 fingers, notification bar, default.
Swipe down with 3 fingers can bring up my notification bar, but I don't even use that because I have other ways in which I use in creating a shortcut for that using my key volume. That is to take me to the notification bar. Later on, we'll do more on that. So it might not just be today, but we come to that with time.
Swipe left with 3 fingers, recent applications, default.
Swipe left with 3 fingers, we take one to the recent application by default. That I didn't assign it.
Swipe right with 3 fingers, quick settings, default.
So swipe right with 3 fingers will take you to your quick settings under your notification bar. So I have not assigned any gesture to that. That's the gesture assigned to it by default.
Swipe up with 4 fingers to top, default.
So swipe up with 4 fingers will still take you to top, though I didn't assign that by default. That is the way it is.
Swipe down with 4 fingers to end, default.
That is the way it is by default. So
swipe up with 4 fingers to top, default.
With 4 fingers it will take you to top, and then swipe
down with 4 fingers to end.
Swipe
default.
down with 4 fingers to will take you to end by default. Well, I didn't even do anything on using the 4 finger gesture. I have not touched anything here using 4 finger gestures.
Swipe left with 4 fingers, toggle multi-finger gestures, default.
So I'm just showing you what is on the screen with regards to 4 finger gesture.
Swipe right with 4 fingers, double tap, default.
So they are not assigned at all. I'm swiping forward.
Single tap with 4 fingers, no command, default.
Okay.
Double tap with 4 fingers, reading mode, default.
Double tap with 4 fingers, we activate the reading mode by default.
Triple tap with 4 fingers, no command, default.
Triple tapping with 4 fingers has no command by default.
Double tap and hold with 2 fingers, no command, default.
So I didn't assign anything to this.
Double tap and hold with 3 fingers, no command, default.
I didn't assign any gesture.
Double tap and hold with 4 fingers, no command, default.
So the others are with no commands. Let's quickly check them.
Triple tap and hold with 3 fingers, no command. Tap and hold with 3 fingers, no command, default. Triple tap and hold with 3 fingers, no command. Long up swipe, no command, default. Long down swipe, no command. Long left swipe, no command. Long right swipe, no command. Swipe left then long swipe right, no command, default. Swipe right then long swipe left, no command, default. Swipe up then long swipe down, no command, default. Swipe down then long swipe up, no command. Swipe left then long swipe up, no command, default.
There are so many gestures here which I don't necessarily need. You mustn't assign all gestures. The ones you really need are the ones you will pick.
Swipe left then long swipe down, no command, default. Swipe right then long swipe down, no command. Swipe right multi-part gesture settings.
So there are multi-part gesture settings too.
Swipe left then right multi-part gesture settings. Swipe right then left multi-part gesture settings. Swipe up then down multi-part gesture settings. Swipe down then swipe left then up multi-part gesture settings. Swipe left then down swipe right then up multi-part gesture settings. Swipe right then down multi-part gestures. Swipe up then swipe down then left swipe down then right multi-part gesture. Swipe up with 3 swipe down with 3 fingers multi-part gesture settings.
So all these are under multi-part gesture
Swipe left
settings.
with 3 swipe right with swipe up with 4 fingers multi-part gesture settings. Swipe down with 4 fingers swipe left with 4 fingers swipe right with 4 fingers multi-part gesture settings.
So that's the end of all the gestures here. So I'm trying to slide up, and then let me look for save.
Save.
Click on the save button by double tapping on it.
Done.
And it will say done. That is all about the gestures on Commentary Screen Reader.